Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 returns with classic music, light-hearted James Gunn humor, and the characters we all love and cherish since they first appeared on screen in 2014. The movie starts out with action. I mean, it's bloodier than the previous Guardians movies, I'd say even more than any Marvel movie. Adam Warlock straight up swoops down and beats the shit out of the Guardians. Groot's body is absolutely destroyed, only his head is left in the aftermath. Nebula's body is discombobulated, but you know, she puts herself together because she's half robot. Starlord was drunk, so he couldn't do anything to save his friends, but he was already emotionally broken because he misses Gamora. Yeah, I've been there, buddy, so I don't blame you. And Drax gets his ass whooped too. Rocket gets severely injured though, to the point where the Guardians need to perform surgery on him to save his life. And through this big action sequence that happens, I'd say within the first 20 to 30 minutes, blood is spewing everywhere, bones are cracking. It was one of the most violent action scenes I've ever seen in a Marvel movie. Really, throughout Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we get a lot of action sequences like that, and I really enjoyed them. It's almost like Disney was like, okay, this is Gunn's last run. Let's give this guy a little more leeway and creative freedom. Let's milk all the creative juices and money out of this guy while we still can. No, I'm kidding. Here's the thing about Starlord I wasn't a big fan of. His character arc is basically the same as Thor's. In Love and Thunder, we see a heartbroken Thor, still getting over his breakup with Jane, drinking and crying. In Guardians 3, we see a piss-drunk Starlord still heartbroken by Gamora. I guess that's why Marvel had put these characters together after Endgame to bond over being heartbroken, but Marvel missed the opportunity for some bromance between Starlord and Thor, bonding over their tragic love stories. I think I saw an interview where Gunn had said he wrote Guardians 3 without Thor because that character wasn't in his plans, but I wonder if Taika had any plans for the Guardians in his movie. I feel like Marvel gives preference to Gunn, but then again, I'm just speculating here. What the fuck do I know? I'm just a guy with a microphone. Okay, somebody had to die. Like, somebody needed to die. Even though this movie had depth and was emotional, in order for this third sequel to really hit home, one of the characters should have died, man. There were moments in the movie where I thought Rocket, Starlord, and even Drax were going to die, and I was expecting it, given Bautista had publicly announced that he was moving on from the character. But I guess not. Drax is still alive in the movie, and I'm sure he's going to be a part of the future Guardians movies. You know James Gunn helped his boy secure that bag. You know, he could still be in those Marvel Disney movies in the future. Also, at the end of this movie, Starlord returns to Earth to reunite with his grandfather. I love the idea of this legendary outlaw returning to a normal human life to reconnect with his past. I think that's great story material. I had this theory that Adam Warlock's father is Peter Quill, so it would be cool to see a fourth Guardians movie where Quill learns how to be a father from his grandpa. Because you know Peter Quill was out there fucking, swinging his cock around in Volume 2. This movie juxtaposes Rocket's flashbacks with the main storyline, and that adds a layer of emotional depth. God G3 finally gives us a look into Rocket's origin, and I have to say that Locion Proder's past is sad as hell. He was kidnapped from Earth as a raccoon baby, and experimented on as part of the High Evolutionary's mission to create the perfect beings. Rocket is just one of many animals who were experimented on. Rocket's friend Layla is a sea otter who was amputated and given robotic limbs. There's a rabbit who has robotic spider legs surgically attached to its body, and a walrus who has wheels for legs. And in this sad and disturbing way, these characters are able to bond and create a family, even though they've essentially been turned into Frankenstein's monsters. And I have to say, there was some emotional scenes with Rocket and his friends that made me tear up. I never thought a digital raccoon would make me feel so many emotions. Even though the movie made me tear up when it talked about animal cruelty and losing loved ones, it's still a Disney movie, and James Gunn's humor keeps the movie lighthearted and kid-friendly. I was hoping for like an Endgame level serious tone, but this was good too. It works too. The villain of this movie was badass. Usually superhero films show a lackluster villain that isn't as cool as the main characters, but this was not the case. The High Evolutionary is this obsessive, elitist, evil scientist that is abusive to animals and creepy as hell. The actor who played this character did an awesome job. His performance, I'd say, is high up there with Josh Brolin and Jonathan Majors. God G3 is a movie about friendship and saving those that mean the most to you. Despite the shitty life these characters are going through, they still have each other, and it's important to take care of those that matter the most to you. That's why the Guardians go on this adventure, just so they could save Rocket from dying. And finally, Guardians 3 is an emotional film that explores animal cruelty. I even think PETA commended this movie for its animal rights message. All in all, this is a fantastic Marvel movie, and Drax deserves all the Zarg nuts he can eat. But maybe he could at least share one with Mantis. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be posting more videos like this one. My name is Starlord, legendary outlaw. Come on, man.
I gotta go to sleep. Shut off the light, 'cause I work all night and I sleep all day. defeated.